everybody, Joe Joseph here for thedailySheeple.com, and this is your news shot. Well, here goes another piece that totally boiled my blood. Why I'm raising my kids to be feminists by none other than Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. It's an essay to marieclaire.com, and it's justification to raise your children to be feminists. Now, of course, we know why this whole feminist movement has been started. We can go back to some good things that have happened to allow what should have been done all along. Females should have the right to vote. Females should be able to go to work if they want to go to work. Females shouldn't be discriminated against. Females should have freedom of choice, right to choose. You name it, they should have equal rights just like every other human being on this planet. Females are human too. Now, there's a difference between that and feminism and being a feminist, okay? Because the feminist movement was clearly the straw that broke the camel's back with the decimation of the family. Because it kind of goes hand in hand, right? The powers that shouldn't be understood that being family-centric is what allowed people to survive some very, very bad times, whether it be in recent history or even past history, okay? But families cleave together. A very good example of that would be the nuclear family, or even during the Great Depression, where you had multi-generational housing, okay? Up in New England, you have a lot of two-family houses where you had grandma and grandpa downstairs or upstairs, and you had the family, either on the other floor. Didn't matter, but you all stayed the same, and we shared responsibility. We shared resources. When mom and dad gets old, guess what? It's time for the son or daughter to pick up the slack and take care of mom and dad. It had nothing to do with, there's no, just ship them off to the nursing home and everything else at the taxpayer's expense. That none of that existed. There was no safety net for that. It was understood that because it was your mother and father who changed your diapers, guess what? You go full circle. It's cyclical. When you get old, you need your diapers to be changed. And when that happens, your son or daughter comes in, or other family comes in and takes care of them. It's something that has been lost because of self-centeredness and the culture of convenience. People are so self-centered now that they can't be troubled when their mother or father, when other family members get old and are unable to care for themselves. But also, the Federal Reserve has been huge, and all central banking has been huge in decimating the family. Of course, you have 2%. Our goal is 2% inflation year over year. Well, you start stacking that up, and now you see a dollar that's worth less than 2% of what it was in 1913 when the Federal Reserve was established. It erodes your purchasing power. It erodes the value of your currency. And when that happens and things cost more, mom has to go to work. Now, mom has to go to work, right? There's no mom at home. Now, my friends, you have to take your children and send them to the daycare centers. And, of course, I'm talking about public school. And public school was exactly designed. See, this is how it works, folks. It starts off like this. And believe me, you don't think this was a grand plan. It's a grand plan. This was a plan that was promulgated 150 years ago. And slowly but surely, they're working towards this eventual strategy of doing away with the family, doing away with borders, doing away with everything, and instituting a one world, one currency, whole, kit and caboodle, UN runs it all, or whatever this world governing power would be called. And that's the eventual goal. They need feminism to get us there. They can't do it without feminism. Not women's rights. Feminism. There is a clear delineation between the two. Now listen to this. He says, I'm in politics because every day I get to work to make the world a little better for my kids and for yours. Now, I can tell you right now, that's a crock of doo-doo. I'm proud of the dedicated work our team is doing to make Canada more open, more inclusive, more just, and gender equal. But let's stop there. We're not equal. Men and women are not equal. It's like saying an apple and an orange is equal. We're not equal. They're not equal. They can't be equal. They're two totally different things. Well, albeit we're human beings, there's some things women can do that men just can't do. There's some things men can do that women just can't do. It just is what it is. I'm sorry that that's the way it is. Perhaps God, well, when he does Earth 2.0, maybe he'll take our recommendations to heart and make some changes. Yeah, maybe that'll happen. Not. Anyway, he says, but some of the most important work I do is not as a political leader, but as a parent. And every day at home, I have the astonishing and humbling opportunity, together with my wife, Sophie, to nurture empathy, compassion, self-love, yes, self-love, and a keen sense of justice in our three kids. I'm so exceptionally proud of my daughter. She's growing up kind, super smart, a passionate debater. Open to the world around her, which is, let me tell you something. That's something that everybody should be raising their kids to do, right? Be kind. Love one another. Okay? Pursue your dreams, your interests. That's what you should do. That's what you should be guiding your kids towards. Not towards, oh, well, it's fifth grade, and by God, they need to be here, here, and here. And if they don't know this social studies and they're not up to this level, why, they're not ready. Yeah. That's the biggest crock of crap. Another crock of crap. There's a lot of crock of craps out there in today's society. Says, I love Ella, his daughter, but he says, I worry. Because as a father, son, husband, and citizen, I witness the unequal obstacles women and girls face every day. I got to tell you, it's a lot better than it was. A lot better than it was. We have very short memories, human beings. There is certainly discrimination out there, and there certainly is things that women have to fight for a lot harder. Whether it be, here's just I'm just going to give one example. We could do many, but equal pay. Women clearly get paid less than men in the same positions. They just do. I mean, this is something that can be tracked. It's easily tracked. That's why I can say it with 100% confidence. That shouldn't happen. But again, that's not feminism. That's women's rights. Women have just as much a right to get that same wage as men. However, it's not about what they offer. It's what you negotiate. And unfortunately, women don't have the same negotiating power as men. Because oftentimes women are interviewing with men and they don't have that, I don't want to call it intimidation, but men tend to not be intimidated by women in these positions of authority. And it shouldn't have to be intimidating, but they should certainly demand or receive equal respect. And that clearly isn't happening. The difference is feminism is not based on fact. Feminism is based on appeal to emotion. That's all it is. Feminism stokes the fires of your emotions. That's what it's designed to do. Okay? The women's rights movement of the early 20th century was not feminism. That was fighting for things that needed to happen. Okay? But getting these college students throwing fits, wanting safe zones, all that kind of, the feminist movement. Take a look at some of those people that are doing that. Do they look like responsible human beings, ready to be accountable, ready to be productive members of whatever community they belong to? No, they don't. They certainly don't. But I have seen many women, many respectable women, that have fought for women's rights and are accountable and hold themselves with dignity and respect and can be treated with respect because they see it. They have grace. They have manners. They have personal respect for their fellow men and women and are personally responsible. Those are the people that I respect. And those are the people that I fight for. I certainly don't fight for feminists, and I'll be damned if I raise my kids to be feminist. Ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna raise my kids to be responsible people who encompass the two things that Jesus taught us. Love one another and respect each other. That's it. That's what he said. If you can do those two things, by God, you got it licked. And if we just did those two things, my friends, all of our problems would melt away in a heartbeat. Imagine how easy it is, yet how hard it is. I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's News Shot. Feel free to comment below and visit our website at thedailysheeple.com. Have a great day.